Side light one direction or the other direction into the recovery, the D light into the recovery, the side signature on gauntlets as well. So he was just struggling with things that a lot of Val players do struggle with, and gauntlet players in general.
Well, speaking of Gauntlet players, we're now moving on into the winners finals with another Gauntlet player, Sandstorm, going to be going up against Cody Travis. No surprises on the character picks. We've got a Mordex for Sandstorm, kind of a tried and true character, and Cody Travis over to the Brawlhalla.
Now in 2019, Cody is 2-0 over Sandstorm. So if there's anyone with like a positive history against Sandstorm, it's Cody Travis. They're in the winners finals. They're guaranteed top 3 right here. Our top 4 is Sandstorm, Cody, Wrench, and then we just saw the Coslic's victory. So let's see what Cody's able to do here. His blasters were looking phenomenal earlier today.
Yeah, absolutely. Cody's been playing like a man on fire. Absolutely just rolling through all of his opponents. And again, his blaster's looking so incredibly clean right now.
But a lot of what Cody's...
Oh no.
Is his dodge off a cooldown?
He thought he was going to touch.
Even with the dodge, if Sandstorm wasn't there, I don't think he had enough vertical movement upward to get over to that quarter when his dodge came off of cooldown. One thing that you saw Cody was looking like part of his plan for the beginning of this game was he was just throwing out a lot of moves, whether Sandstorm was there or not. So it seemed like he just wants to throw out a lot of moves, and if Sandstorm can slow things down, which we've seen him do in the past, he can punish those moves.
Yeah, that is something that Cody's got to be careful about. Is he does have kind of these higher recovery frame attacks, especially with this axe. It can be a bit slow and punishable at times. You see him able to get the 2-piece, trying to chase up, not immediately throwing out some sort of follow-up with like an immediate jump ground pound or anything like that. He needs this stock though, not able to find the finisher, and Sandstorm almost gets the turnaround. Down air will even up the stock count. Cody Travis though took quite a bit of damage to get to that point.
You were seeing Cody having trouble finding knockout options, which is like I talked about it with gauntlet players. Sometimes axe players can have that as well. Like you have a lot of moves that have a lot of force on them, but if you're on stage hitting dares, that's not a knockout option. It has to be over on the edge, like we saw Cody hit his. The recovery, you kind of have to just catch them out at the right place at the right time to end up hitting that recovery, or you have to get a read that's definitely worse probability than a coin flip.
Yeah, I almost expect Cody to try to go for the weapon swap when he gets Sandstorm to that kill percent. Try to swap over to the blasters for the potential of that downlight into the recovery, because he won't be able to rely on some sort of axe like side light, side air the way that you could in the past.
Or if he has blasters in his hands, we could also see him going for the down signature. Definitely, in my opinion, Barraza's strongest signature by far. That's usually the one you see most of them using. You see the occasional down sig on axe like you just did, pops them back, throws out the hitboxes forward. That will catch an aggressing opponent or someone who like spot dodges in place. If they spot dodge a little bit too early. Seeing some damage come out of Sandstorm though. Nice side air. Cody evening this up.
And I love the way that he played around the gauntlets of Sandstorm. Didn't panic. You saw the way that Sandstorm was kind of setting up for something, and then he delayed a follow-up trying to see how Cody was going to react. And Cody didn't go for the immediate panic reaction that Sandstorm was likely expecting, and so he was able to get out of that string and found the connection with that side air.
Again, you're seeing a lot of moves coming out from Cody, most of them missing. Sandstorm hasn't found any huge punishments on them this stock. It's been like one hit at a time, no major strings, no major dodge reads, no signatures coming out. So if Cody's able to like just keep up this seemingly random movement that Sandstorm isn't able to really put his finger on, this strategy from Cody of just throwing out a lot of moves might be successful here.
Yeah, you're seeing Sandstorm looking a little bit uncomfortable right now against Cody Travis, like trying to weapon swap. He had the scythe, threw it away, had the gauntlet, still couldn't find an opening on Cody Travis, threw that away. Now he's back to the scythe and is still kind of getting shot up right now against Cody Travis.
Now, one thing you just saw, the down signature from Cody came out, didn't quite have the range on it. The side signature from Sandstorm, so much range, such an amazing signature in Mordex's kit, arguably one of the best. Oh no! Falling out of that neutral signature, Cody was just a little bit too high to hit that axe side air. That might have been the knockout option. Oh, both of them so close.
You're seeing Sandstorm was throwing out the neutral signatures, and Cody Travis recognized he didn't have an easy punish on it. He missed his side air, so the second time he tried to stay low, and Sandstorm, of course, reacted differently out of the whiff neutral signature, was able to get the knockout with the recovery. Going to take game number 1 and go right on into the next one on Demon Island.
And just to show you how close that game was, only 5 damage separated those two players. 598 to 593. So close between these two. And we're going over to Demon Island.
Sandstorm on the Gauntlet's going to deny any weapon from Cody Travis. Cody Travis gets past him on the edge, does pick up the axe, but still no connection with any of these attacks just yet. Sandstorm still basically untouched.
Oh, Sandstorm has Cody into the orange, recovery into the side air follow-up. Cody trying to throw high with the nair. That is going to be a very easy punish for Sandstorm. Oh, and the dunk over the edge. That stock is gone.
That's an even easier punish from Sandstorm. That stock gone in just over 40 seconds, or just almost 40 seconds. And that's almost a full stock lead, basically lapping Cody Travis right now.
That's going to be faster than Nick Cage was able to do it and gone in 60 seconds. That was a Nick Cage movie, right?
I think he was.
Or was that Travolta?
Was Mark Wahlberg in that one?
I don't know. Here, I'll look it up.
Is that the one where they have like the 4 like small cars, like Fiats or something, and they're like driving in like?
No, that's the Italian Job. It is a Nick Cage movie. I was correct. Gang.
All right, good job.
They have like a
Side
huge
air
list
on
of
the
cars
right
that they have
side.
to steal. Nair, weapon toss straight down. Man, Sandstorm controlling so much of this game. The neutral light just barely gonna proc Sandstorm into orange on his first stock. Another side air from Cody.
Interesting direction from Sandstorm, putting him back towards the stage. Wants to get more damage as the neutral signature takes another one. Sandstorm still sitting on that first stock. Cody Travis now onto his final.
And we're finding with Cody what a lot of Blasters players struggle with is it's finding any huge momentum in their favor without getting. Oh no, is that
gone?
Oh no,
Free
that's the
stock for
stock.
Sandstorm.
Holy cow, 136 damage was all that Cody was able to do that game before falling. But you see like one hit at a time from Cody. You'll occasionally see the down air into the side air, but you aren't seeing a lot of immediate follow-ups, which is something a lot of Blasters players struggle with. Like you have some of your options that'll work for a little while. You'll have your D-light side light that you hit at the very beginning of the game when they're in white, or the D-light into the chase dodge down air, something like that. But other than that, Cody is really only able to find one hit at a time. Earlier in his games, he was finding one hit and then another hit later on, and then another hit later on, and there wasn't a lot of damage coming his way in terms of getting hit, so that's why he was coming out on top. But he's not able to find any major momentum shifts, any huge, very quick strings or huge damage dumps going his way.
Yeah, unfortunately for Cody Travis, Sandstorm plays against his teammate Boomy quite a bit, and Boomy arguably one of the best Blasters players in the game. Of course, Cody Travis, another one to put their name in that hat. But that means Sandstorm's got a lot of matchup experience against Blasters, and it's one of the reasons why we're seeing Cody Travis lean a little bit more towards this axe of his to get this damage onto Sandstorm.
Weapon toss going very fast, right over Sandstorm's head. Swap over to the Blasters, try to get the jump side air. Weapon toss going down, putting Cody in a little bit of hit stun. Sandstorm staying out of the effective range of the Blasters. A lot of moves coming out from Cody, none of them hitting. There's a nair. Who's going to find the first knockout? It's likely to be Sandstorm if the rest of this set is any indication. Oh, nice ground pound from Cody. Lucky for him, Sandstorm wasn't too high above that soft platform. Otherwise, that would have been a bounce off of that and likely not a knockout. He went straight through that soft platform, straight down below.
Yeah, fortunately, that soft platform was actually moving up to make that a little bit more easy for Cody Travis. He is going to get that initial stock, but he's got to get that extra credit. He's got to get the extra damage as Sandstorm with the down air tries to deny it, but doesn't hit the ground pound. Still, scary situation for Cody Travis as he finally finds his footing on the stage.
Gauntlet's coming into Sandstorm's hands. Is he going to find an option off of Sidelight? He's looking for just the raw recovery here. There's the nair. Recovery misses. Cody's still throwing out Blasters moves. Hits a down air. Side air's the other direction.
And there's the raw recovery. Ooh, interesting. Interesting option from Sandstorm on the weapon denial is actually to just wait and get the pickup. Huge side string. Goes for a big read with the neutral signature. Cody Travis actually below it. Picks up the axe neutral signature. Slide charged on the right side, but can't finish the stock off with the down air. Sandstorm barely touches the bottom corner.
Now, it was I think it might have been Winter Championships, or maybe it was at BCX where we were seeing Brawlhalla players throwing out that axe neutral signature like candy, and it was so effective. An amazing signature. We aren't seeing it too much from Cody here, so it's not like he's trying to exploit it or abuse it, showing how strong it is or anything like that. Even though Sandstorm is spending some time in the air, he must be worried about those recovery frames. Is Cody about to take this huge lead, though, by getting the stock from Sandstorm?
He needs to find that finishing blow, though, and as we were saying earlier, with the axe, he doesn't have the easier setups that he used to, so he's going to be relying on a raw side air just like that. A whiff punish onto Sandstorm, and Cody Travis maintains the lead.
Cody's sticking close to the ground. You see how quickly Sandstorm can put out damage with his scythe, though. He's done it almost every time that Cody has respawned and he's had a scythe in his hands.
You're seeing Cody Travis start to get a little bit more blasters damage unanswered from Sandstorm. Sandstorm does get the offstage opportunity. Nice little weapon toss. Still not enough to get the stock.
Ooh, Cody's got Sandstorm in the orange. Going far off stage, way down below. He's going to have to be so careful. Sidelight into the side air from Sandstorm to knock out this second stock from Cody. About 100 damage on Sandstorm right now as Cody respawns in fresh. Cody's going to have to find something here to close out this game. This is going to be his best chance so far. He's down 0-2 in this set.
Cody needs this one if he wants to try to continue on in this winner's finals. But you see Sandstorm just suddenly turning on the moves onto Cody Travis. Cody Travis just finding no connections with his hits. Sandstorm going to make the swap over to the blasters, but the downlight recovery might be just in time.
We'll see if Cody's... It looks like he's throwing out more D-lights now than we've seen him do before. Picks up the grounded recovery for the knockout. Cody keeping himself in this. It's 2-1 in this set in Sandstorm's favor.
Yo, he barely held on in that one, though. Sandstorm was constantly a threat. You see Sandstorm starting to ban out some maps, Miami Dome, all the tri-platform maps, and it's going to be Small Mammoth going right back to the Mammoth for game number 4.
Now, you were seeing some of those D-lights coming out towards the end of last game because he wanted that D-light into the recovery for the knockout option. But the way Sandstorm's playing, his spacing is phenomenal against Cody's blasters. He is getting a lot of damage on him, but there's a lot of times that Cody misses hits, and if Sandstorm can just dial in a little bit more, we can see him finding huge punish opportunities, especially if Cody starts throwing out those downlights. You haven't seen him throwing out too many downlights this entire set because that puts you into so many active frames while it's doing those 3 different blasts.
Yeah, there's definitely a nice advantage to Sandstorm in that even if he gets hit a little bit more than Cody Travis, it's going to take Cody Travis a little bit longer to finish off the stocks, whereas Sandstorm has some kind of comfort knockout options that he's been able to get to fairly reliably. Ooh, off the wall.
Ooh. And it wasn't even a dare that puts his opponent into a huge amount of hit stun. Cody getting back onto the platform. Sandstorm trying to play around this long extended range. There's a side air from Sandstorm. Cody has the axe in his hands. Is he going to find the side air? Maybe thought Sandstorm was going to go to the right of him. You saw him turn around. That's going to be Cody falling on this first stock. Sandstorm taking the lead, swapping over to the gauntlets instead of just juggling the weapons to hold onto the scythe. Spawn coming in almost straight to Cody Travis. Has the blasters, picks up the recovery. Not enough. Blasters players out there are hurting from that.
Man, that was so close to it. It looked like it was going to be the knockout, but Sandstorm just tanky enough. Nice weapon toss connection onto Sandstorm will even up the stocks. Cody Travis with the weapon advantage. Is he going to try to make the weapon swap? No. Knows that it spawned just in time for Sandstorm.
Oh,
nice double there.
Oh, nice 4-piece for Cody, a 6-piece for Cody. He's looking at a Kadiak combo. Neutral light turns Sandstorm orange. That's 100 damage just like that.
So that's that family meal. Get the large side and drinks. Cody Travis getting so much damage built up onto Sandstorm, but again, he's got to close out the stocks. Doesn't quite have Sandstorm in that knockout percent just yet, but he's going to be thinking about his options soon as he's starting to find no connections. Again, Sandstorm is able to kind of turn the switch into a avoid all the shots mode.
Sandstorm's not really finding anything hardly at all either. You see that nair, but he's going to take 2 nairs from Cody Travis.
There's the weapon spawn in the middle. Cody Travis with the denial, likely going to be looking for a raw side air or a recovery onto Sandstorm. And Cody Travis looking fairly healthy here in game number 4.
Oh, nice. Oh, Cody.
Keep it going.
Hits 2 nairs as well after that. Oh my gosh, that's so much damage.
Cody Travis coming alive here in game number 4. Full stock lead over Sandstorm, the current world champion in Brawlhalla. He's still finding shots now. Sandstorm suddenly just I guess not enough gas in that tank to move around Cody Travis, and Cody Travis 1 hit away from potentially finishing off Sandstorm and going to game number 5.
Cody's now started to show major success against both of Sandstorm's weapons, the gauntlets and the scythe, shutting down almost everything that Sandstorm has, starting in the end of last game and continuing heavily into this game. Reading a side signature the wrong direction, side air coming out. Sandstorm's going to have to be so careful. If Cody's on target with a single signature, Sandstorm's done. Oh, Cody was a little bit too low for Sandstorm to find the nair, but he's dead anyway. Both players on their final stock. Sandstorm has to play near perfectly. Ooh, oh, and he's going to eat a side air just like that. Pick it up. Swing away. Cody Travis. It's 2-2. Going to game 5?
Yo, can he keep his winning record over Sandstorm and win out in game number 5 to go to the grand finals? Sandstorm thinking long and hard about what map he's going to go to, but with how quickly they went to the map bans, yeah, he's definitely sticking with the Mordex.
Apocalypse left on the field. Demon Island and Crystal Temple. We're going to be going to Apocalypse.
Thematic advantage to Cody Travis.
Such a critical game for both of these players. Well, I mean, it's a Hellboy map, right? So, like,
yeah, but like
ghosties and beasties and
he's definitely a post-apocalyptic character, and this seems like a pretty apocalyptic map.
Well, this is like mid-apocalypse, though.
Yeah.
Cody's post-apocalypse, so his time hasn't come yet. Like, he's up and coming at this point. Meanwhile, the Sandstorm, the beastie, as a werewolf in the Hellboy universe. They have werewolves, right? Are there any werewolf characters? I don't remember.
Well, he could have been on Daimyo if he wanted the true
yeah, that's
advantage. True. Meanwhile, Cody Travis onto the blasters, though, not finding too many hits on a Sandstorm, as Sandstorm gets a nice read on a Cody Travis's back dodge. Been able to find that a couple of times on the Cody Travis, but Cody Travis has been doing a really good job of mixing up his dodges, making it much more difficult for Sandstorm to find those reads.
Nair coming out from Cody. Nair coming out from Cody. Sandstorm still in the yellow. Cody definitely behind at the start of this game as we come in a minute. Man, this game kind of slow relatively for both of these players right now. Over a minute into this game.
Dunk down,
and
that's
just
a stop.
like that. Oh, he must have saw that timer, and Sandstorm said, I should have already had a stock by now. Here, hit this, dunk, you're done.
He's like, oh yeah, normally I've finished off one of the stocks by now. Does hit the down signature, and now Cody Travis is in a little bit of trouble because, again, Sandstorm fairly healthy, and Cody Travis is unarmed as Sandstorm is finding the weapon spawns.
Cody has to pick up a weapon. He's able to grab that axe right out of the air. You saw the recovery come out from Sandstorm. Dare into the side air off the bounce. Cody needs to find this knockout. Dodges through the side air. There's a dare. Wants the nair after. Doesn't find it. Big side air from the wrong side of the stage. Bouncing off the main platform. Going to take away some of that momentum. Cody doesn't want to challenge Raw on the edge. Delight nair. Sandstorm waiting to find it, but there's a side air from Cody to knock him out.
And Cody very confidently sticking with this axe, knows that this is the weapon that he needs to build up this damage. Doesn't get the jump input, does a grounded neutralite instead of the neutral air. So that means Sandstorm going to get away a little bit less damage than he could have been.
Yeah, he might not have expected the sidelight to hit, or it could have just been a raw miss input.
He cannot afford those miss inputs at this level of play. In winners finals game number 5, he needs every single hit that he can get.
He's finding them right now.
Oh, but Sandstorm's finding recoveries, and those have a little bit more force behind these neutral airs from Cody Travis.
Side air from Cody, sending Sandstorm wide. See him over on the wall. Again, Cody not wanting to challenge him on the edge. Nice punish on the neutral signature. Man, they were so close together. Sidelight into the side air. Another side air. Sandstorm still with just a little bit of a lead. Cody's next weapon coming in, gonna be the blasters. Oh no, it's gonna be the axe. I thought it was blasters.
No, he primed it. He threw away one of his blasters and stuck with the previous axe. But he needs to find this finishing blow. He's gonna be relying on either that recovery or the side airs. Meanwhile, Sandstorm starting to run away with it. This is huge for Sandstorm. Gets the ground pound, gets the weapon toss. Cody Travis touches the wall.
This could be the beginning of the end for Cody Travis here.
Is this the apocalypse for Cody Travis?
Signatures coming out from Sandstorm. Cody has to find something. He's so red. Oh, just barely gets over that down signature. Neutral signature. The side air from Cody coming out. That's going to be the knockout. Chooses to stick with the axe. This game has been so much axe.
It's what's been working for Cody Travis, but last stocks here. He cannot afford to take too much damage. He might be able to afford like one recovery, but can't take much more than that. Throws out the neutral signature. Sandstorm misses the punish.
Sandstorm's been really good this game with his gauntlet recoveries onto Cody's axe.
Oh!
The bounce. Saving Cody.
Definitely saved him. Eating some of that force. Keeping Cody Travis alive. That recovery will do it. Sandstorm closes it out 3-2. Winners finals, and we'll be going on to the grand finals. But that was a close one. Cody Travis making it look very difficult for Sandstorm.
Yeah, that was so close, especially because of what we saw earlier from Cody, where he was outplaying Sandstorm's gauntlets, outplaying Sandstorm's scythe with both of his weapons too. His axe was looking phenomenal. His blasters were looking just as good. But then that game on Apocalypse, he really started to struggle. Maybe it was that tinier map that he didn't feel as confident about his resets back to neutral. As Sandstorm got further and further through his stock, as he had more damage on him, those axe moves on a larger map will hit him really, really far away.